Yesterday we did the birthday streams, the all-day punctuated birthday boobganza, extravaganza, and we're a little older, maybe a little wiser, and it's time to get back to work. Hey, Action. You Oh yeah, I forgot. She's my co-host. We have our new morning talk show. I think the producers are having a meeting with us today. Um, it might be a mandatory meeting. Shift is cool. We like Shift around here. She brings good vibes, good creative energy. She's just what this community was asking for. And, she made me realize last night. We had a great conversation with Track, and he opened up about some stuff that was going on at work, and we were able to like talk to him and give him our feedback. And she has the touch that I don't have, that I think a lot of people need. And it kind of made me aware of the value of, I hate to say this, but of a woman's touch around here. They do bring something that men, including gay men like myself, don't bring. And so it was good to see, and I'm open to more of that. That's part of my growth. Embracing the positive feminine. Hey, Kitty. Yeah, I'm kind of working on something related to that. I might roll that out later today. Oh, speaking of, more announcements. Tonight, DJM is having a judges panel stream. Everyone is invited. I'll drop her channel. I think it's going to be at 8:30 my time, so 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. And the judges are going to talk to the audience. They're going to talk to any contestants that show up. They're going to lay out, some of what they're going to be looking for. I think there's going to be a few announcements, maybe a surprise guest. So show up for that. It's going to be a part. It's the pre-funk to Sunday. So be there this Friday, tonight. Tonight is this Friday, and um, so this is going to take the place. I may do like a early evening conversation type stream, but this is going to take the place of our Friday free for all until we get kicked out, and then we'll just come over here and open a stream. I shouldn't really piss off the head judge or any of the judges, though. Um, Let me strategize. I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, show up at the stream. I'll be there. Hopefully you're there. It'll be fun. That's tonight. Later today, today, I want to get into this topic that's been coming up. It's kind of a meta topic because what I'm starting to realize is a lot of these smaller topics like the drama triangle, um, conflict resolution, some of it, how to handle emotions, some of it, are all subtopics in a larger topic about emotional avoidance, which I'm discovering is cultural. Like you're socialized or raised to see or value emotions a certain way, and other cultures see or value emotions different way. And so I want to start talking about emotional avoidance, laying down a little bit of the oh, excuse me, of the basics of it. And then today on the Forge, we're going to get into detail with it and build some tools to help us understand and navigate these cultures if you're not native to that culture. Also, we're going to look at it from an autism, neurodivergence perspective because a lot of us, even if we're raised in these cultures, fall on the outside of these norms and we can get caught in the same difficulties that people that are not assimilated or integrated into these emotionally avoidant cultures run into. So we'll do some of that today as a topic, and we'll get into most of it today on the Forge. Then I'll do a little conversation stream this evening, and we'll go over to Don't Judge Me's. We're going to do a little bit of Jazzercise. Frank, I can't wait to hear it. I haven't heard it yet. He just released Cow and Chicken Wall of noise. Can I tell you how much of a noise fan I am? Huge fan. Sonic Youth was my favorite band growing up. They're a noise band from New York City. They grew out of Glenn Branca and the no wave noise scene that he helped develop. They had Japanoise in the 90s. I was into all that shit. So I cannot wait for this cow and chicken noise. I didn't even know Frank was into noise. I know he makes noise, and sometimes he is noise, but I didn't know he had an appreciation for the musical genre of noise. So we'll be listening to that too. First, I want to start with our poetry. I was, again, my favorite modern poet, Wallace Stevens. I said, let me do another one of Wallace's. And I was thumbing through the book trying to find one. And I came across, it's a few little short paragraphs. And it's a prose statement on the poetry of war. And I started reading it. And I just sat upright in my chair because it's basically every single thing we've been talking about on this channel and for the last couple of months. The thing about like the world of the imagination versus the world of reality, looking at fact, separating fact from the imagination, when you're problem solving, looking at what you work, all that shit, so almost verbatim. So I'm going to read this prose statement on the poetry of war as our poetry this morning. And by poetry of war, just take it metaphorically as any conflict. It could be the panel verse. Some of the poetry that's generated here is the poetry of war. It could be your workplace, your life, modern society. Killing Joke, yeah. I like that one that their very first EP, was it Turn to Red, that they did, I think in 1980, 1979 maybe, 79. Because it was around the same time of London Calling and Regatta de Blanc and Talking Heads, Fear of Music, and Blondie, E to the Beat. All right, music nerd over. Pro statement on the poetry of war activated. Here we go. The immense poetry of war and the poetry of a work of the imagination are two different things. In the presence of the violent reality of war, consciousness takes the place of the imagination. And consciousness of an immense war is a consciousness of fact. If that is true, it follows that the poetry of war, as a consciousness of the victories and defeats of nations, is a consciousness of fact, but of heroic fact, a fact on such a scale that the mere consciousness of it affects the scale of one's thinking and constitutes a participating in the heroic. It has been easy to say in recent times that everything tends to becoming real, or rather that everything moves in the direction of reality. That is to say, in the direction of fact. We leave fact and come back to it. Come back to what we wanted fact to be, not to what it was, not to what it has too often remained. The poetry of a work of the imagination constantly illustrates the fundamental and endless struggle with fact. It goes everywhere, even in the periods that we call peace. But in war, the desire to move in the direction of fact as we want it to be, and to move quickly, is overwhelming. Nothing will ever appease this desire except a consciousness of fact, as everyone is at least satisfied to have it. There you go. That's that shared reality that we're all trying to find here. And that war that goes on everywhere, even in periods that we call peace, is the desire to move in the direction of fact towards reality as we want it to be, and to move there quickly. That's that domination, that's that control, that tyranny. And I understand the impulse. I think we all have it here in the panel verse, but the panel verse is a work of the imagination. And it is, again, I keep coming to, greater than anybody's attempt to dominate it or move it in the direction of fact that they want it to be. So there you go. I leave you with that. I'm excited to get into this wall of noise. Chicken. Jazzer the cat. I love that. Why? Is that one of their songs? Oh, Jazz Coleman. You know, there's a documentary on him. I haven't seen it yet, but somebody told me it was good. Well, why don't we segue right into Cow and Chicken Wall of Noise then? I can't wait for this one. Oh, Frank. This is not really noise. I like it. Oh, it's maybe, is it Wall of Sound like the full spectrum? That's what this is. It's not the Glenn Branca Sonic Youth. Frank, make a noise, John. But I like this. Hey, have a dance. We dance in the morning too. Get some activity, get out there going. I think it's good. It's a good vibe. Funky, yeah. Ooh, Frank. Jumpstart my day, Daddy. Brown chicken, brown cow. Sexy time. Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown cow. That was AI. That wasn't even a human. And it took me places most human beings don't. Oh. So is this music. Brown chicken, brown cow. Just lip sync it to this exercise. Frank, you should team up with OTW. Get him to do some solos. He's the best of chapters. What I can do. Come on, what other channel on YouTube are you starting your day Dancercise with the brown chicken, brown cow? Only here. Tell your friends. Come back every morning. It'll win you over. It's worked its spell on all of the rest of us. You're not going to be immune. You're in it right now. Yet nobody cares about that. It's fun. It's giving artistic pleasure, aesthetic pleasure, cultural, it's creating culture. That's going to outweigh any of this bureaucratic social construct. That's all artifice. Musical cultures, people connecting through art and music existed long before all this. Of course, even in Egypt, like they had the scribes that ran society. Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown cow. But that's what happens with art. Like, people come along and take the art and do other things. They've done that throughout. Repurposed art for the needs of the generation of today. And then 3 generations from now, someone's going to come along and take all this AI art that we're doing, and they're going to do something really different with it and feed it into something. Or maybe a machine will be doing it. But none of this is outside the boundaries of the same artistic process that's existed since probably the cave paintings. And technology has always spurred art. This is just even that. Business model. are you trying to exhaust us all into a stupor so you could be the only one chatting? All right, I think it's starting over. Wow. All right, that is our Dancercise for today. I'm going to talk a little bit about this emotional avoidance thing. Then we're going to do one more dance number, and I will drop the link. Or I'll drop the link, and you can come up and do the dance number with me. So a lot of this came out of the convergence of some things that were happening at work, which were very similar to things that were happening at other jobs up here, and things that were happening in the Panelverse. And when I kind of zoomed out and started looking at it all and talking to the AI, it started talking about this emotional avoidance thing, cultures. Hang on, let me find the page. All right, let's see. Emotional avoidance, why it exists and what to do about it. Like understand, because emotional avoidance is very foreign to me, coming from a culture that's just very open and free flowing with our emotions. Like emotions are not stigmatized there. If somebody's having an emotion, people just take it as that's a normal part of life. They don't react weird to it. In these emotionally avoidant cultures, emotion is treated a lot differently. It says that emotional avoidance is not a personal flaw, it's a cultural adaptation, and it gets rewarded in certain environments, so it continually gets reinforced. It takes a whole entire group of people operating the same way that share the same value to keep it reinforced. Emotional avoidance is what happens when a culture, which means a people, a group of people, needs smooth vibes and low conflict more than it needs truth. So it prizes harmony over truth or reality. We just read that passage from Wallace Stevens about like fact as you want it to be versus reality. So it's living in a world where it wants things to be harmonious, peaceful, conflict free, more than it cares about what reality is or what reality wants. These people are not trying to be fake. They are raised with the belief, however we acquire beliefs, that emotional tension, if this like soft, low key emotional peace is not just continually circulating, if there's any tension in that at any point, that signals danger. So emotional tension is read as danger. Uh-oh, things are about to get dangerous here. They could perhaps escalate. The harmony could be disrupted. That's the message, the red alerts that the lizard brain is setting off from being conditioned in one of these cultures. They grew up in households, churches, schools, workplaces where everything hinged on keeping the peace. The person that disrupted this social harmony is the person that got the negative attention or the person that got scapegoated. And sometimes the disruption can take the form of simply stating a fact. Conflict is seen, these are the signs that you're in one of these cultures, that conflict is seen as unprofessional, even if it's necessary. And last night, Track talked about, there's a conversation he needs to have with a coworker, but he's worried that if he has it the wrong way, like a way that's not completely 100% professional, that it could be read as conflict and then escalate the situation instead of resolve it, which was that's the same situation I found myself in at work and here in the Panelverse when I tried to draw certain boundaries. Calling out a problem, if you identify a problem, if you point out that something is a problem or point out a discrepancy, something that just doesn't match or line up with what's being presented, That is read as aggression. That, believe it or not, that is considered aggression. Like you just slammed your fist on the table or something, or kicked the chair leg. People that are direct, people that communicate very bluntly, very openly, matter of fact, very concretely, they are seen as difficult. They're challenging. Those are the people that you have to put extra effort into. Those are the people that need to be managed. They put a target on themselves just by their communication style when they're in one of these cultures. In this culture, the group rewards the people who are able to smooth things over and restore the peace. Not the problem solver, not the truth teller, the peacemaker, the peace restorer. That's how you get clout in these cultures. That's how you get respect. If you can, they don't care what the problem is and they don't care what the truth is, just bring the peace back, get the harmony back. And there's ways that the culture kind of works together intuitively if you were part of this culture to do that. All right, let me look at comments real quick. Hey, Philip. I saw a headline about it, but I tuned that out. That's so much noise to me right now. Take care, kitty. Yeah, but look, what I'm saying is we've always been doing that. I remember in growing up in the 80s, I used to take my cassette tapes and I would play them through my sister's stereo and then I'd record them on my cassette deck and I would make my own remixes. I would like start and stop the tape and extend portions and cut portions out and then I'd have a remixed version on cassette that I put together from chopped up real versions of the songs. I was doing that with a cassette player in the 80s. Artists have always like remade art is made of other art, just like matter is made of atoms and molecules and elements. Art is made of other art. That is the medium of art. And so, again, I say this is just all normal. I don't see anything abnormal about it other than it's a machine helping to do it this time than just humans. We have like we're extending our capacity into technology to assist us and increase what we're capable of. All right, I want to talk about the cultural roots more than anything else. Because it's not even, you can't even see it as like a personal flaw. It's kind of like me talking with my hands or whatever I do, the rocking. It's just cultural. If you go where I'm from, everyone's going to be talking with their hands. If you think that's a bad thing, it's not me personally doing something. It just comes from the culture that I grew up in. So that's how this kind of stuff is. So if we could see it as cultural, it helps to personalize it less and pathologize it less. It says these avoidance patterns did not come out of nowhere. They come from older cultural survival strategies. Places where open conflict was punished, or where stability was the highest value, the most important value. So cultures that had a high need for stability didn't have time to fool around with a lot of emotional escalation or tension. And or cultures where that was punished. There's some regions of the world that prize harmony over like honesty or truth or just telling the reality about things. There's certain families that will teach their kids that emotion is bad or dangerous or wrong or sometimes weak. Emotion is weakness. But whatever it is, like having the emotion, especially if it's a negative one, is stigmatized as undesirable in this culture. And so you develop a self-consciousness about it. Like growing up, nobody around us had a self-consciousness about having an emotion. If we were mad, if we stomped our feet and stormed off, people understood that, oh, he's mad. He'll get over it. He'll calm down, whatever. If we're crying, oh, what's wrong? Is there anything we can do to help? The emotion itself is not the focus. So when you're having the emotion, you don't have to sit there and think, "Oh my God, am I doing something bad? Should I not be angry right now? Am I upsetting everybody by crying and being sad?" We don't have that inner dialogue because it's not part of our culture. and we're not taught that about it. We're not given that story to tell ourselves about our emotions. We're not given any story at all, really, other than, yeah, that's normal. You're a human, and that's what happens to humans. And then there's some workplaces that can inherit these avoidance patterns from the management styles above, either historically over time or just top down from corporate. It says that avoidant cultures are not wrong, they're just using the wrong tool for the job in kind of the new modern workplaces where there's different ways of doing things other than the traditional way. And so there comes the collision point where this culture collides with an outside culture, or somebody like me from an outside culture will come into one of these cultures, and that collision happens. It happens. It's happened at work. It's happened up here with friendships, relationships. It's happened in the Panelverse on YouTube because there's people here that come from those cultures as well. It's this is a very probably not an uncommon culture. I was just isolated from it growing up. And then the places I lived after that, like Vegas, those are not avoidant cultures either. I really didn't experience it or even know what it was till I moved up here to Washington State. So when this happens, when somebody's direct or pointing out a fact or trying to communicate basic reality that anybody can see with their own eyes, and so I don't think I'm ever doing anything disruptive by just pointing out what I think everybody else can just see on their own. I'm just pointing it out. I'm not creating it. But that is comes across as abrasive, aggressive, negative, bring in the wrong energy, even if you do it in a calm way. I remember my debate with Andrew Wilson, because Andrew has this tactic where he will try to stay calm and he'll tell everybody else if they show emotion, he'll start like attacking them for spurging out and be like, "You're spurging out. Why are you spurging out? Stop spurging out." But during my debate, I was the calm one because he was so confusing. I was just sitting there trying to even make sense. I didn't even have a reaction because I couldn't even figure out what he was saying because his logic was not intact. And he was the one that was just flustered and like agitated by me the whole time. So if you watch that debate, um, I'm the calm one, but he kept saying how belligerent I was. And I'm like, but he's being the I could see the projection. So sometimes even if you're doing it in a calm way, like you don't have to be verbally or physically or emotionally aggressive. Just saying it calmly can be taken as aggressive. And I've had that happen online in workplaces. People who attempt to set clear boundaries, like this is not I'm not going to tolerate this. This is not acceptable. I have a higher standard that I'm trying to meet. This is not going to meet it. We get labeled as difficult, not team players, not cooperative, too rigid, um, all that kind of stuff by this culture because it's read a completely different way than a culture that would see that as a perfectly normal boundary. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I get it. You don't want me to do that here, no problem. And also, attempts to problem solve get interpreted as personal attacks. If you're trying to solve the problem, it's like you're trying to take apart their world and their community and mess it up. And they have a thing going that's working for everybody. Don't come in and try to solve that. It's seen as a personal attack on the system. Like the system itself is or might be the problem. And then it moves to defend itself. So the bottom line is speaking any kind of truth in these cultures, that fact that we talked about in that paragraph earlier, makes you look like the danger. You become the threat. You are the one that starts setting off everybody's alarms. Because it's going back to that poetry paragraph we read today. These are cultures that are moving toward an ideal, toward fact as they want it to be. They want humans to be these creatures that their norm is to live in harmony. And anything disruptive to that desire that vision is seen as a threat. And fact, because it's moving away from fact toward desire, is that thing, that is the direction that those threats would come from. It says these are the things to keep in mind. This is what you're actually dealing with. So when we do this problem solving and we look at what are we dealing with here, we're not dealing with conflict, believe it or not, and that's a mistake I make because I think it's a signal that they're ready to escalate or ready to fight to the death to defend these values. You are dealing with people who fear conflict. These are people that don't know how to engage in conflict in a healthy way. They are deathly afraid of it. It's not conflict, it's not impending conflict you're dealing with. It's the pathological fear and avoidance of it. It's the opposite of what you think you're dealing with. They will go out of their way to not have conflict with you. You're not dealing with logic versus emotion either. It's not that they're not being logical, they're acting from their emotions. This is a learned emotional pattern, a tactic. This emotional avoidance or suppression. It has nothing to do with logic, their intelligence, their ability to be reasonable and rational. So not to get that confused. And it says it's not even a values thing, which is what I keep calling it. Although to me, harmony, if you're going to defend harmony that fervently, that seems like a value. You're dealing with social conditioning, but then you get into the whole debate of, well, do our values come from social conditioning? Where do our values come from? And is social conditioning part of that? But these are people that were just raised in an environment where this was the norm, so this is what they adapted to at a very early age, or they were taught this story about conflict and emotions. And the big question to ask, this is the tell to identifying one of these cultures. Do problems get solved in one of these cultures, or do they get smoothed over? Is there resolution, or is there just restoration to this harmonious norm? That will tell you what kind of culture you're dealing with and everything you need to know about that culture. Look at not how they get solved, but if they get solved, or if they just get papered over, and then the harmony is restored. Because those dysfunctional patterns, that's how they keep looping, because they're never actually solved. So once the harmony is restored, they're still going under the surface, the same exact ones. They can get activated at any time by the same stimulus that activates them all the other times. So today on the Forge, we're going to look at tools to navigate these cultures, and we're going to also look at from a like autistic or neurodivergent perspective, because it's like double extra challenging to not be from one of these cultures and also have to figure out how to navigate it. So we're going to bring in that thread into it. So that's what I have to get our day started today. Hey, Eddie. Who decides what's too many? Boundaries are necessary. Leaders draw boundaries all the time. You've been in leadership positions. I'm sure you've had to draw boundaries. And the boundaries we're talking about in these situations, because I know you like to try to see me in as critical a light as you can, one single boundary, every single time, an attempt to draw one very reasonable boundary is what triggered all of this emotional avoidance defense dynamic. That's it. So if one is too many, then that means you can't draw any boundaries ever at all. Let's see. How could someone react when harmony is not restored? I'm not sure what the question is. Like if they can't bring the peace back like they want to, because they're really good at it, by the way. They're experts because they all work together, like non-verbally, to do it. But if somehow they can't do that, but they also can't leave, they freak out. They shut down. It's like the deer in the headlights. They shut down. I've had people do that in person where I've tried to have conversations with them, and they just sit there and they just stare at me, and they like their eyes get wide and they just shut down, and there's just silence. They don't have any other tool or tactic to default to. It's fight, flight, or freeze. They freeze. They just freeze. And The question again is who decides what's too many? Does the community decide? Does leadership decide? Is it done in collaboration? How do we know when we have too many boundaries or when we need more? Because I'm very, very loose with the boundaries here. I don't like drawing a boundary unless it's absolutely necessary. That's why I don't have a lot of rules. And that's good in an environment like this because you can't control or dominate it anyway. And that's what you're trying to do by imposing rules. I've always been the type that I start with wherever we are when we start, I start with what I'm working with, and then I adjust from there. So if I need to make a rule at some point, I will, and it'll be in response to a specific situation. But if I don't, then what's the point of making a rule? If things are working okay from the start, I just keep them going like that until I have to bring in a rule. I don't bring in a rule from the beginning for no reason when I don't even know what I'm working with. I have to see how the like dynamic goes first. Because some people don't need rules. The people I work with best are the ones I can tell them what I'm looking for. I can tell them what I'm trying to accomplish. And then they just run off and they know what to do. I don't have to tell them rules. I don't have to guide them. I don't have to micromanage. They can come and ask questions if they have any. Use me as a resource, but they're very self-driven, intrinsically motivated, resourceful. Nope, that's not what happened, Philip. You're doing the signal story thing. That's the story about what you think I'm doing. I don't even know what the argument would be. I was informing you that the number of boundaries in the situation I was talking about was one, and I was asking the question, who determines what boundaries are too many? So what would the argument in there be that I was trying to have with you? I think this is a perfect example. You're reading my direct assertiveness as emotional aggression. You think I'm fighting, and in my mind, I'm just being very assertive. I'm just being very direct about what I'm trying to say about this. And you're taking it as emotional on my end at all. I'm just having a conversation in a very blunt way. So now I become the bad like the ogre that's trying to fight with you and start trouble. And that's not my reality. So now it's whose reality wins out. The people that see it your way are going to see me like you're framing me, and the people that see it my way and run off of my norms are going to see like I'm describing it. And this has happened on stream before where there's like two different worlds people get put into by how they're seeing a situation. And half the stream will be seeing it one way, half the stream will be seeing it a different way, and there's two realities because it's subjective. What did I misread? I was adding and you misread. Let me go up and look. Good day, the Trump emails. Um, Many conflicting ideas. Yes, yes. I've talked about this a lot. This, and I said, who determines what's too many? And then I didn't understand this question, so I tried to like talk through what you might be talking about. And then I asked again, who decides? And then I get this. So, do you see the disconnect? This is a living example of this topic. That's why I'm doing it, because it happens in the panelverse a lot. And this whole week is about surviving the panelverse. Hey, Frequency. What's up? All right, I'm going to drop the link, and then I'm going to do another little panel dance. I'm going to use Moose's Taurus Moon song. We're not going to watch the video, but I was noticing the other day when I was watching the video what a cool dance song it was. So I think I want to do a panel dance to it. And then we can get our morning started. All right, there you go. I didn't say boundaries are needed. I said when they're needed. Sometimes they are needed. I didn't say they're always you should always have a boundary no matter what. I said when they are needed in one of these cultures, if you try to draw one, this is what happens. So if a boundary is needed and you happen to find yourself in one of these emotionally avoidant cultures and you try to draw the boundary that's needed, this is what happened. That's the whole thing I was talking about. All right, let's listen to Taurus Moon and Panel Dance. And the link is pinned, so come on up. This is the cool down part. No need to wear myself out unnecessarily.
The chase is done. The signal's gone. Just the quiet hum.
Isn't it a great dance song? I love this. Play the club, hey. They don't have clubs anymore. What are kids doing these days? Are they hanging out in virtual clubs? Grown-ups sure are. This is where I need my flame, fire spinning thing, or my flame whips, or even my little rave sticks. I think Gen X are going to have the coolest old folks home of any generation. I think young people are going to be trying to get in and party with us. Oh my gosh,
structure that is truly mine. No need to build. It's always been a faith that's felt, a truth that's seen in every leaf and every seed. This is the only prayer I need.
No, you're projecting. We just went through this. I asked you where the argument was. You're accusing me of something I'm not doing. I'm not trying to argue with you. I stated a fact and I asked a question. The two things that the emotionally avoidant culture said would happen if I did that. You're doing it right now.
The earth holds me.
I mean, if you can't handle conversation with assertive people, then you're in the wrong channel. Go to a channel where they babysit your feelings. I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm not trying to argue with you. And I'm not going to tolerate the bullshit.
I am home.
And if you need to bring not laws in to make your point and defend yourself, you've already lost, dude. All right. This happens a lot with you. It gives me the impression you're in bad faith, that you're not really here to try to understand or try to connect, that it's with skepticism, suspicion, misapprehension, ready to see conflict where it's not there. Yeah, everybody dismisses not law. I don't know anybody that takes him serious. I probably take him more seriously than anybody else because I'm a fool. I take a lot of people seriously. All right. Well, that's all I got. I guess I'll keep it going for another 15. I will call it an hour. I don't know what this means. I love community. I wouldn't dismiss community. I would dismiss what I saw as unhealthy community or dysfunctional communities or something that I saw that might be threatening or dangerous to a community. But community itself, I think that's one of the greatest goods that humans are capable of. When they can come together and form a healthy, thriving community or society, that's like peak achievement for a species. I'm sorry you think I'm fighting with you, but I'm not. So I don't know what to do about it. I can't pretend to be fighting with you when I'm not. And if you don't want to have the conversation, I'm okay with that. We don't have to have it. I just thought you wanted to talk about the stuff you were typing. So show up today at the member stream, and we'll talk about specific tools for these situations right here that we could use. We could even use this as an example if y'all want. All right. Well, I'm still gonna hang out. I don't know if we'll get a panel going this morning, but that's just as well because today's kind of my errand day. I have laundry to get going, stuff like that. But I will be out midday for the members only, and then we'll do a little evening stream. And Don't Judge Me is doing her judge panel tonight. And then there may be things like Moose Radio going. Other people in the panelverse have been doing panels, so check out them. And Wiz, if you're out there, El Perro, I'm trying to get in touch with you. We got matched up. You, where? Oh, tell us about your community. What do you have? Did you start something? Here, let me get your channel. I'm only going to go discuss, though, if it's in good faith. All right, here is Team Phillips channel from king to team. How's that for community building? Here is his channel. It looks like it's video games mostly. Oh, right. Philip, if you're into video games, Philip has a good video game stream. He has a good setup. So check him out. I want a panel dance. Do we have anything else from Frank? I want a noise version now. Maybe I can make one. Hey, why don't I do that? Experiment with the AI. See if I could come up with my own cow and chicken song. right, let me repeat it a few times. There we go. Audio. Create. Let's see what it comes up with. I'm excited. Hey, Dino. Hey, do you have a joke today? And there's somebody in the back. All right. Hang on just a second, and I'll get you in as soon as this thing is done. Dino, it's been a while. What's up? Mm, it's not really noise, I'd say. Hmm. Well, let me bring my guest on. I have to put more work on this. It's not bad. It just needs more noise. I need to figure out how to get it on there. All right. Welcome. Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
What's going on, Jeff? How you doing?
Not much. Just doing my little morning coffee thing.
That's how you're talking about boundaries.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Me and Philip were having a conversation about him in the chat. Like, who gets to determine when too many? He said too many boundaries are not good for a community, and I kind of agree. But who gets to determine what's too many? Who decides?
Well, see, when you talk about community, that's one thing. When you're talking about personal relationships, that's a different thing. So if you set too many boundaries in a community, it is a bad thing. But when it comes to like relationships, that's one thing because we covered that. We did a live about boundaries and mental health.
Yeah, we sure did.
The Frequency Forge. How you doing?
Yeah, hey
Dino.
freak. And I started reframing boundaries as standards anyway. I'm just setting a standard, and the people that want to be part of the community, this is the standard that I would like to help them. I would like them to help me uphold because I believe that it makes the community better.
Well, as a group, right? You set standards as a group.
Yeah, I think it can come from several places. I think leadership, that's part of the role of leadership, is setting some healthy standards. But I think it can also come from the community itself. Like, because a leadership's not going to be able to lead for very long if he's not operating off of the same standards as the community he's leading. So I
It's
think
just like
it's
lead by
it's the
example.
interplay between all of that. But that is community. The leaders, the people in the community is all part of the community, which is that bigger than any one of us force that I keep running into.
Like if you set a standard, you got to lead by example.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, you can't say you want it one way and you act a different way.
I agree. That's
Okay,
why the
so
setting of the standard really is just the model, like the acting, like you living it out in your life at least.
yeah.
And that's what I do. I run my channel by a certain set of standards. I more or less stick to those. There's certain people I don't have on because they don't align with those. There's other people I do have on and they get a lot of airtime because they do align. So I try to be consistent and live all that out. It informs my practice, my act, my choices, my decision. It's not just a verbal standard that I'm saying this is what I want to happen. If I'm not living it out myself, I'm the first person that has to make it happen. Or I can't expect other people to start upholding it.
Yep.
Same with these conversations that we're kind of setting a new standard for how we have conversations and resolve conflict. And so I have to be willing to use that new standard. I have to be willing to talk to people when they want to talk. I have to be willing to listen to feedback that I might not want to hear or is uncomfortable. I might have to be willing to compromise or bend or see from another perspective, all that kind of stuff. But that's the standard I'm agreeing to by being part of this community. So I have to do my part to live up to that for the community to work at that level. And if enough people do that, then we have a better quality community.
Now, like so let's say this, right? If you're in conflict with another creator, right? Hypothetically. Well, I'm in conflict with another creator.
Reality. You have to go very
Okay,
far to find a
I,
example.
I'm in conflict with another creator.
Okay.
And my opinion, until that person apologizes for lying on my name and dragging me through the mud, there's going to be conflict there until they apologize, in my opinion.
What
You
form does that
know,
conflict take, though? Are you just ignoring each other and leaving each other alone, or are you going to each other's channels and picking fights?
I don't go to their channel
Because you're the
because when
one
they
that gave your
talk,
teacher a heart attack, so I can't imagine you're just passively sitting on this one.
well, you got to think, you know, that was when I was young.
Oh yeah, you might have grown.
That was over 30 years ago. Okay, I have changed since then. You know, I used to be friends with a creator, and because an arch nemesis of theirs decided to review my channel and troll me coming up on my panel, trying to disguise their voice and be somebody else they're not.
There's
It would,
wars.
and yeah, so they were going to troll me, but then when they realized how genuine I was about mental health and all those things, they couldn't troll me because like I was too genuine with them. I was too nice of a person to them.
You were a troll
So
buster that defeats them
basically,
every
yes.
time.
Yep. So they have a channel with over 100,000 subscribers. They
Wow.
actually have two channels. One with over 100,000 and one with 30,000, roughly. And they decided to troll me, which didn't work. And then the person I used to be friends with, that was another creator, come up on panel and say, "That's so and so, that's so and so." So I kicked them off panel. So after that happened, that person who trolled me did a live playing that video that she came up on panel and was complimenting how I handled the situation and how genuine of a person I was. And I went into her live and commented three statements, and they went back to sleep. That night, my friend that I thought was my friend, instead of coming to me privately and talking to me, decided to go live and talk shit about me.
Oh, about the three comments you typed?
No, she
Oh,
didn't, This person doesn't even know the three comments I typed.
Well,
They
what
accuse me of
motivated them
going
to
up.
go live on you then? I thought it would be in reaction to seeing you type in this person's channel.
Um, they accuse me of going up on their panel and making funny of them,
Well, did
and
you?
I never did. No,
Well,
never did.
that's easy to prove. Like, if you didn't go on their panel, why would they say you were on a panel that you weren't on?
That live that I got accused of going up on the panel is still up there. You can go watch it
Yeah, that's why I don't understand. Like, why would anybody believe somebody that claims somebody was on a panel when it was easy to show that they're not on the panel?
because that creator is manipulative.
Did he Photoshop you onto the panel?
No, she did. It's another woman.
Oh,
So she's
well,
a covert narcissist.
do y'all talk to each other, or do y'all leave each other
Nope.
alone?
Leave each other alone.
Because that's what I do. There's people I have conflict with in the panelverse, and we just stay out of each other's way. There's
But
like the
if you
conflict
treat
doesn't go anywhere if we don't interact.
if you treat my friends like shit, I'm coming for you.
This is the internet, dude. This is not a street. We don't need a gang. These are
No,
grown adults shut in, sitting behind
like
their computers.
for example, right? I have a friend of mine whose husband just passed away. Okay, my friend used to be a frequent panel guest on this channel, right? And when her husband passed away, she's going through it, and she asked for prayers from all over for the strength to get through it, right? She went everywhere asking for prayers. And this one creator had a problem with her going over into another community asking for prayers. I'm like, you don't control your subs. Your subs can go anywhere they want,
Exactly.
even if they go, even if they
I don't
go
ever
into
tell
a
my people where to
community.
go.
Correct. You know, and she started talking shit about this person. And when you talk shit about my friends, like the person she was talking shit about. Oh,
Welcome, sir. Okay, go ahead. The person she
Huzzah.
was talking shit about what?
person she was talking shit about. Um, I I talked to this person outside of YouTube. You know, we have personal conversations outside of YouTube. I got their direct line to you know, to reach out to them. You know, and they're a huge supporter of what I do. And and so I consider them a friend. And so you disrespect my friends, I'm going to come for you.
Come for you.
Not
Like,
physically.
why are you fighting this lady's battles for her? This is the internet. How do you come for people? You
So,
go
so
on their
Jeff,
channel and
Jeff,
you type
Jeff,
stuff.
Jeff, Jeff. So you tell me you don't stick up for your friends if they're in the right?
Well, I'm trying to find what form that take. I don't
I'm
go
just
all
asking.
over
I'm just
the
asking.
internet and chase around to take up for people, or I don't go
No,
fight
I
their
don't
battles
go.
for them. If somebody comes on my channel and trashes one of my friends, I'll give my version of that person. I'll be like, "Well, I don't think that person's that way. They've always been good with me. They've done this, this, and this." But
Okay,
like, what
that's
kind of
sticking up for your
battles do you
friend.
do on behalf of your
That
friends
that
here?
that's sticking up for your friend. What you just said was sticking up for your friend.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. What you would do, because you said if somebody's picking on my friend, I'm gonna go. What'd you say?
Well,
I'm gonna
I'm going to
go
come at you
take care of them or
verbally, not physically.
fight
I'm going
for
to
them or
come at you
something.
verbally.
Well, that's what I meant, though.
Okay.
Does it involve you
See,
initiating something
knowing me
somewhere
because
else,
I'm
or
a
just
guy,
if it?
Jeff. Knowing me that I'm a guy, you think I'm going to get physical all the time.
I didn't say any of that. This is the internet. I don't assume any of this is physical. I'm just asking when you say that what you had in mind, like how you were gonna go fight on their behalf.
Well, the thing is I stick up for my friends. I'm a protector.
Yeah.
Okay. I stick up for those who can't stick up for themselves. I stick up for those that don't have a voice.
But
And
everyone here
having
has a voice, and everyone here can stick up for themselves. Nobody, like,
okay,
it's the disempowerment.
okay, hold on.
All right.
If you're a subscriber, you don't have a voice like a content creator. Okay, I have a YouTube channel. I'm able to voice. Not everybody's a YouTuber. Not everybody's a content creator. So you know what I'm saying? Um, I'm a subscriber. They can say what they say in chat, and yes, Arctic Timberwolf. So like you right now, right? If somebody disrespected you, you have a voice. No one can delete that voice. But if I go into a chat and express how I feel, they can delete that comment and block me. You see the difference?
I don't see why you have to speak on this lady's behalf. Like why she can't type her own stuff in chat
Because
or make her own videos
you
on her own
just
channel.
not
Or
heard what I just said. You didn't
I
hear what
heard
I
what you
just said.
just said, but my question didn't relate to what you just said. It related to understanding why you think this lady doesn't have a voice, because that's what you fight for, the people that don't have a voice. And I'm trying to imagine what not having a voice on YouTube looks like, because everybody has the ability to leave comments, type chats, make their videos of
Okay.
their own, go on other people's panels. So who on YouTube doesn't have a voice that they need other people to do their typing and talking for them? That's what I'm trying to
Okay.
understand.
I'm going to explain it again. If
Well,
I come
you
into
didn't
your
explain.
chat,
Don't condescend to me and act like you explained something clearly that I'm not getting, because you didn't explain what I just asked for. So don't play these games
I
with me,
said,
Eddie. You're not gonna
I'm
like
not
me.
listening. No, Jeff, listen. Just hear me out for a second. If you didn't like me, right, at all, and I came into your chat and said what I had to say, and you didn't
Right.
like it, you can easily delete the comment and block me where I can't come into chat and voice what I have to say to you, right?
On your channel, but she could go other places.
Yes,
So she
that's
still has a
not,
voice.
but yeah, I get your point. I do get
But
your
you're saying
point.
on your channel,
But
the people that you want to get heard are going to get heard.
correct.
Yeah, same here. That's any channel I would hope would do
Okay.
that.
Now, yes. Okay. Like I would, if she wanted to come up on my panel and express how she felt about that creator, I would give her the floor. If not, and she wanted me to do it, I would do it on her behalf because that's what friends do, in my opinion. Well, that's what I do. Not everybody does
It's
that.
I'm struggling with the difference between enabling and empowering. And I don't know if someone asked me to do that for them, my first instinct would be to like, well, how can I help you learn to do it for yourself so that I'm not enabling you to stay powerless?
So, like for example, how this person shit talked me, right? Okay. So I come from the true crime community. I started in the true crime community, and you see how bad it is right now with
I don't know
certain
much about it
creators.
actually.
Okay,
Oh, there's
it's
drama
pretty
there.
bad.
Oh, no, I
Oh
don't know anything
yes,
about it.
it's bad. So, um, I'm pretty sure Dino gets around.
And hey, Dino, by the way,
Hey,
welcome. If you have anything to
hey,
say, jump in.
I don't like the way you say
And
that.
a
Dino
joke.
gets around. I don't like that.
You don't like what? What'd you say?
He said Dino gets around. I don't like that. I don't say I get around.
Oh.
So I did. I didn't mean it like that, Dino.
Yeah, I know. I just
You know how I
how you
met Shifty? You know how I met Shifty, and and then I met you, Dino.
in
So
jail.
I met.
Is that where she streams from?
I've been
Oh
sworn
yeah,
to
me and
secrecy.
Dino used to be cellmates, Jeff. We used to be cellmates, man.
How did you meet Shifty? Is she from True Crime?
She dabbles in true crime. It's not a true crime channel, but she has a lot of friends that are in that field.
Well, I think it's not a
Am I-
secret that she used to be in the true crime. That's where she first
Oh, I
appeared.
didn't know. It's a secret to me. I didn't know about it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
she talks about it. She talks
I
about it
knew she
sometimes.
was in the tampon boyfriend community, but I'm
Good
learning
God.
about all this other stuff.
So that's how I met Shifty, and me and Shifty became friends. So,
Is she part
and
of
then
the
I met
drama?
Dino through Shifty.
Yeah, I think that's
That's
where I
right.
met him too. They're kind of a package deal.
Yeah, Dino's hilarious.
Yeah, did we get a joke today?
Oh, somebody clip that.
We have to tell a joke first, and then it'll be more believable.
I
We'll
can
tell the
tell
joke,
two. I
and
can
then
tell
we
two
can clip
jokes.
him saying Dino's hilarious.
Was it? I tell a knock knock joke real quick. How about that?
Okay.
Knock knock.
Who there? Who is
I'll
it?
say.
I'll say.
I'll say.
I'll say. I'll say who. I will
That's right.
say who. I will say
That's
who.
right. That's right.
That's key. All right, that was good. Thank you. I'll count that one.
He was just waiting for you to say who. He was just waiting for you to say.
That's right.
And Jeff
All
kept saying,
right,
"I'll
you
say."
get way more laugh out of this than it's worth. I guess
Yeah.
that's the credit to your delivery.
Oh shit! I can't remember the other one. I had two when I came up here, and I can't remember the other one now.
Oh, well, maybe it'll burst out later. We can do poetry, music, art, dancercise, and jokes.
Are you good at
Waka waka
poetry,
waka.
Jeff?
I'm not good at writing it.
There once was
I did
oh,
write some poetry in high school, and my teacher loved it and thought it was some of the best stuff he ever read, and encouraged me to publish it in the journal.
Did you?
Did you do that?
I did. I didn't think it was all that great, but he did. I haven't really written anything since. This was in high school, so no poetry beyond high school.
You ever watch slam poetry?
Like Eminem.
No.
No, the
Slam
little kids
poetry
I
is
used to teach used to be into slam poetry,
Like
but I never
fire
really
talk,
watched it.
I think's what he's talking about. Like when they,
yeah. So
you know,
slam poetry is a genre of hip hop, right? So slam poetry is spoken word with emotion.
yeah.
It's reading a poem with emotion.
Can you do one for us?
Okay. So say like the basic, the basic poem, roses are red, violets are blue.
Yeah.
So, so, I, okay. So if I was to stand in front of a crowd and put some emotion, we know roses are red, are violets blue. You know what I'm saying, with rhythm.
Violets are blue.
Roses
Yes.
are red, violets are blue.
What is it? I love you.
And when I
Something
see
I love
you, I love you.
I
You know what
love
I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's with rhythm,
Yeah.
but it's spoken word. Or
Yeah. The flow.
let
The
me see
rhythm
if
and the
I
flow.
can. Yes, but it's not singing. It's just speaking. It's spoken word.
That's not what he did in 8 Mile when he was doing those rap battles at the end.
No.
Oh,
Oh.
those are freestyles.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
freestyle
okay.
and rap.
So it's different than freestyle because
Yes,
of the rhythm.
I did a poem years ago. So, all right. Let's see if I can remember it. So it was about PTSD, right?
Oh.
And see if I can remember the beginning of it. You guys keep talking, and I'll think of
No,
it.
say
Oh, okay. And then
I
you'll
know a
just
poem by
start.
a certain writer. His name is Andy Clay. Hickory Dickory Dock. Just I ain't gonna say it.
Why don't you freestyle it?
It was Andy
Hickory
Dice Clay.
dickory dock. It'll be like Andrew Dice Clay.
That's who it was. I said Andy
Oh.
Clay was the writer.
Mother Goose. I fucked her.
I fucked her.
Mother Goose, I fucked her.
Oh, Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone. She bent over. Rover took over. Oh!
And now he got a bone of his own. Little Miss
got a bone of his
Muffet
own.
sat on a tuffet. I said, "What's in the bowl, bitch?"
That's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
Okay,
remember
like
him.
so
Little Miss Muffet sat
here,
on a
here it
tuffet
is.
eating.
Here
Oh,
it is.
yeah, let's go ahead.
Oh, you
Do the
didn't
real
hear?
one.
Yeah.
So about PTSD, because we know what PTSD is, flashbacks. I go to sleep and I feel the pain because I'm reliving the insane memories of yesterday. I wake up, the storm rolls in, and I can just feel the pain washing away from yesterday's memories. And it's a repeat. So I repeat
Wow.
that line again. Okay. Can you see the difference?
Yeah, that was good, Eddie.
Okay. So I did a whole poem about that, the pain from yesterday's memories. And I made it through it, but I was crying halfway through the poem because it was about me and my PTSD.
Yeah, it was
And
real.
at that time, I didn't know I had PTSD. It's just that I had learned about it in school about post traumatic stress disorder and learned what it was. And at the time, when I wrote the poem, I didn't know I was talking about me until years later.
Oh, so you were just writing a poem about PTSD, not
Yes,
knowing that it applied to you.
correct. And then when I was in college, a girl did a project on victims of SA, children, okay? And she was actually talking about me and not realized it. And that's when I had my mental break and I ended up in the psych hospital and had to get an evaluation. So,
From hearing her poem?
no, from hearing her project.
Oh, wow.
So, but it was crazy to say the
That's
least.
Yeah, it's make me think of the power of art to unlock that kind of stuff. Whatever her project was, it unlocks something in you.
Yeah, it opened
And
Pandora's
these
box.
videos and music and that we're seeing is unlocking stuff in people.
It was Pandora's box that got cracked open.
Yeah.
Because you know how you try to suppress your deep, darkest memories and move forward? Well, sometimes you can't do that.
Yeah. Most of the time.
So,
You can distract yourself sometimes, but they're very deeply embedded in there.
And they'll
yeah.
manifest in other ways too.
Yeah. I mean, to me, they don't go, it's like a constant noise that's just always on in the background. You can ignore it or downplay it or distract yourself, but under the right circumstances, it can dominate everything. Well,
So,
y'all keep chit-chatting. I'm going to go grab a refill. I'm going to come right back.
coffee refill, coffee.
Yes. Morning coffee. Take
Morning
You
it
need a
away,
bigger
coffee.
mug.
Dino.
You need a bigger mug.
Um, I don't do well with too big because of my coordination thing. Tend to splash out of it.
He is
But
so
yeah,
Get one
I
of
have
those
one of
big.
those. In fact, I got it from work when I have it. They gave it to me at work. It's the kind with the lid on it. It's a big
Yeah.
cup with a
Yeah,
lid. Something like that would work. So, all
you
right,
got
I'll
one
be
of
right
those.
back.
Use it.
What? OTW, do you know how to get in touch with El Perro? I'm matched up with him, but I don't know how to contact him. I'm on Discord. If he's on Discord, tell him to hit me up at Gen X Jeff. I can't believe y'all finished. Okay, y'all are ready to go. And I don't know if
When
you
is
know
this?
this, but don't judge me as having that judges panel tonight at 8:30, 11:30 Eastern,
What is
8:30 Pacific.
what is the prize at the end of this contest?
We don't know yet. We were thinking maybe if we got donations or funding or something, we could have a little prize, but so far that
Hmm.
hasn't happened. So it might just be for fun. Or Landry talked about me and him chipping in each a gift card for the winner, like a dining card or something. So we might do something like that. But the whole thing is just kind of to get the ball rolling and to do it in the spirit of, and then we can always perfect the next one. All right, I'm going to grab coffee. I will be right back.
Whatever. Hope it's not decaf.
How you doing, Dino?
Oh, I'm all right.
What you been up to lately?
Uh, good friend of mine had a death in the family a few days ago.
That's tough.
So yeah, been kind of dealing with that. I was very close to that person as well.
My uncle,
So,
my uncle's got a few weeks left to live.
ah,
My great uncle, yeah, my uncle
man,
Ronnie.
that's terrible.
So we're not really close. Never really,
Eh,
hung out with him. You
yeah,
know,
but still, it's hard to watch somebody waste away.
it is.
Yeah, that means it's
He,
not any easier
I
when they
will
just
tell
up and
you,
disappear, but it's still,
it's amazing that he survived as long as he has.
yeah.
You know, when he worked for Florida Power, he was electrocuted,
Oh my
and
gosh,
he's got a metal plate in his head and lost his leg from it.
right?
And
Is what's wrong related to that, or is this something
nope,
different?
something different.
Okay,
And then he got into a four-wheeler accident and ended up with 49 staples in his body,
good gosh.
and he survived that. And now he's got tumors attacking his whole body. So
Hmm.
yeah, they said he's got like 6 weeks to live.
Says your great uncle.
Well, no, it's my uncle Ronald.
Oh, okay.
He raised his kids. That was the most important thing for his children to be s- safe.
Yeah, he doesn't have to
And
worry about them.
they all have houses,
Yeah.
and some of them have grandkids. He has grandkids. They have children.
Well,
So
that's good, and it kind of sucks though. But you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's
yep,
good. He got to see them reach goals in their lives, but it sucks. He's going to be deprived of watching those grandchildren grow up.
yep. So
Did you
he
get
goes and
cold,
puts a
Jeff?
flannel on.
Did
So
I get
Jeff
what?
leaves, goes gets coffee, and puts a flannel on.
Puts a what?
Flannel.
Flannel.
Flat. Oh no, I had this on earlier. I took it off when I was dancing because I got heated up.
Also, Jeff was giving a little
Oh,
tease on the piano, taking his flannel off.
That happens sometimes over here.
the stripper
We're
pole in there that I
working on
don't know
boobs,
about.
but in the interim, we just have me.
Ah, that's the joke. Okay, never mind. I remember
But
the joke now.
tonight there will be boobs on Don't Judge Me's panel,
What?
and Sunday we're gonna have boobs at the contest.
Man boobs, you mean?
No, the real, the real ones.
Hmm.
Woman boobs. She boobs.
That's you'll know this. You'll figure this out. But what kind of bees give milk?
Boobies.
That's right. You made me think of it when you said boost.
Ah,
That was the other
was
joke.
that the other joke?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, so OTW then that's. I think there's only 6 contestants now, so that means there's five. One down, five to go. We're almost there. We got the weekend. Are we
I
doing it
can't
on
feel
your
my
channel? Did they talk to you?
face.
Do it, Dino.
I make me think of that weekend song. I can't feel my face when I'm with you,
All the
but I
weekend.
like it.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
Yeah. You never heard that?
I'm just trying to imagine what that's like.
By the weekend.
Like you suddenly, when you're with the person, you suddenly stop feeling your face. Like
I
if you're
can't
sitting there
feel
on the
my
couch
face
watching
when
a
I'm
movie
with
together.
you, but I like it.
I can't. Where did my face go? I can't. Can you touch it and see if it's there for me? This happens every time I'm with you. And then if he leaves the room, he can suddenly start touching his face
And it
again. That
comes
would be a
back.
good movie.
It's like when you get a shot of Novocaine at the dentist and half your face is numb.
Oh right, yeah, yeah. I've had those. I think they're thinking that. I mean, we can do it here, but that you might have better production tools and a bigger audience to make it worth, like just a bigger platform for people to meet on. We were also thinking about Flow State, but he dropped out, and I think yours has a little classier of a reputation. Well, what's up,
And the next
Pastor?
time you do this competition, I want to enter.
Yeah, yeah, we could. Y- Um, yeah, you and I could have done a mental health something if we had gotten matched up. There'll probably be others. And also after this competition's over, there's individual collaborators I would still want to collaborate on things with, just informally, and I'm always open to collaborations with other people. So this contest does not have to be the final word on anything.
Yeah, we've collabed on 2 videos there, Jeff.
Yeah. And YouTube has this feature now where you can like hook your channel names together as official collaborators, and then I think it boosts it in the algorithm or something. So y'all can try that too. OTW, you and Jack could attach yourselves as collaborators too. I don't know how it works. I haven't used it yet, but I know they have that feature. Oh, cool, Ricardo. That'll be good. We've already had some poetry on here this morning, so I like this. And like I said, I'll be out later, midday for our members only stream. And then tonight I'll do a little stream before Don't Judge Me's one, and then we'll go over there. Well, I guess we can wind down unless
So I'm getting
anybody
ready to
has
drop
anything.
off anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
me
was good
too.
seeing you.
But
I
let's
hadn't seen you in a while, Dino.
Yeah,
Every-
I don't like YouTube is a cesspool. So
Oh, are you trying to wean yourself?
I don't do much of anything anymore.
Oh, okay. Everything okay?
I just YouTube sucks.
Oh, other than YouTube.
I hang out with Shift when she does something. I'll go over there, and every now and then I'll pop in over here.
Whoa, I'm flattered and honored. Thank you. It's good to
Yeah,
see you.
well, I love your channel. It's pretty cool. I like to get up here and talk, chat. A lot of times it's just like sitting around at the house, and you know.
That's what I'm going for. We're the shack in the back.
That's right.
The circus is in the front. That's where all the people are. We're the shack in the back.
Oh, it's like a
When you need a
mullet.
break from it all.
It's like a mullet. Business in the front, party in the back.
Yes, I guess we're the mullet of the Panelverse.
All right, I'm gonna drop down. It's good
All
seeing you,
right,
Eddie.
take care, Dino.
good seeing you too,
Jeff.
Dino. Good seeing you too, bro.
All right, man. You guys take it
You
easy.
take care.
You
Yeah.
too.
Peace.
Peace. Yes, while it lasts. All right, Eddie. What you want to leave us
All
with?
right. Well, I want to say Always remember that if you're going through something, you're not alone. And there's nothing wrong with reaching out to a friend or a family member and letting them know that you love them. That's all
Yeah.
I have to say.
Thank you.
And I'm
Good
dropping
seeing you.
down. Good seeing you too, Jeff.
We'll see you again. Yeah, and also, whatever you think it is you're struggling with that you feel alone. Oops, sorry. If you open up about it, you're going to find so many other people going through that exact same thing. And they just needed to hear one person say it to start opening up themselves. So sometimes you're not as alone as you think you are. You might even be in the majority. You're just keeping quiet about the same thing everybody else is. So sometimes if you take that first courageous step, you can create a community around the thing that you think is isolating you. You too, Dino. Great seeing you. Glad you're out there and glad you're doing okay. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to wrap up our little morning thing and be out sometime later today for that members only. When we will learn more, we'll learn specific tools to navigate these emotionally avoidant environments that you may find yourself in if you are autistic, neurodivergent, or just from a different cultural background completely. So until then, have a great rest of your Friday morning and see you at the forge. Take care, everyone. Thank you.